talk about this game now. Usually, you know what is interesting? I mentioned this ever so briefly in our meet about 2:30. Is that it was a bit later, actually, because I had some phone calls. But usually, back in the day, when you talk about the form guy going into big derbies, Merseyside derby, North London, Manchester, you always say form guy goes out the window. I don't think it does anymore. I really don't think it does anymore. Liverpool come into this, it pains me to say it, but they are, I have to be honest, one of the best teams in the world at the moment, Liverpool. Yep, they are frightening to watch. And Everton, they're just Everton, but they're slightly worse than Everton. I only see one winner tonight. There's so much pressure on Rafa Benitez anyway. There was before a ball was kicked. He got off to a decent start. But now I just wonder what the outcome's going to be for him and Everton if they get an absolute pasting at home tonight.
It won't be nice for them. I think if Liverpool score early, it could get hostile very, very quickly. I really think that. Like you said, they're not in the greatest of forms at the moment. But they've got a lot of injuries. And I know people are going to say everyone has injuries. But when Liverpool had injuries, or when Liverpool, that's all it was spoken about.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
That's what everyone kept saying. We're missing Van Dijk, we're missing him, we're missing him. Yerry Mina, Calvert-Lewin, Doucouré's a big miss. Richarlison's missed a lot. He's obviously back. Tom Davies, Gomez, these are all first-team players. So they're missing a lot of players, hence why they're not playing too well. Calvert-Lewin and Doucouré are the spine of that team, in my opinion. When Calvert-Lewin's not playing, they haven't really got a backup. I think Rondon's been a mistake, in my opinion. I don't think he comes in. I don't think he's at that level of Calvert-Lewin. But it's going to be extremely tough. I'm with you. Liverpool are absolutely outstanding. And here's a stat for you. Liverpool have won 13 of the last 14 occasions a previous Liverpool manager has faced them.
Okay, that's an interesting stat. I mean, it means nothing.
It means absolutely nothing. But no. you say form goes out the window, or you don't think that. I'm with you. And I think that's only if you're Everton, you're saying that. Form goes out the window, this is a derby. Tell the players, tell this, we know what this means. Liverpool, when they faced Manchester United, the form didn't go out the window. No. And they demolished Manchester United. And I think they could do that again tonight into Everton. I think if Everton win, I'm not going to go overboard and say it's one of the biggest upsets in Premier League, but it will be a massive, a monumental upset if Everton win tonight. I think that's enough for fans to like Rafa, or no chance? No. I'm with you. I'd love to hear of people if they would like Everton to lose tonight. Can I ask you a question, right? I was listening to Gabby Agbonlahor on the Breakfast Show this morning. He was talking about Alex McLeish when he went, I think he went Birmingham to Villa. I think he went that way around. And he said, as a fan, the fans weren't happy. And I couldn't understand if he was talking about the players as well in the dressing room, right? Does it make... Have you been in that position where a manager's come in at any of the clubs you've been at and you didn't like him for one reason or another, right? And it just didn't work with a group of players because it was the manager? Because the reason I ask that, I know the effect Rafa has on the fans. The fans don't like him. I wonder if that overflows into the dressing room at all. And I know what the argument could be. Well, of course not, because the players aren't necessarily big Everton fans. I get that, but I just wonder if you as a footballer go out and you feel that the crowd are on your back because they can't stand your manager. I wonder if that then, well, of course, spills over into. Of course, it does. Yeah, it's natural, and you do. You initially welcome them in. Of course, I think I was at Charlton when Ian Dowie come in. Obviously, previously at Crystal Palace, and it was similar in terms of the supporters didn't really welcome him in. And yeah, if you go out and you play poorly, they get on your back because the manager is picking you, the manager that they don't like. It does spill over. Absolutely, it does. But I mean, you can think of how long ago he was managing Liverpool, and he's managed a lot of clubs since. So he hasn't gone directly from Liverpool to Everton. Obviously, what he said. And he's tried to explain himself recently about that, what he said about Everton and being a small club. That hasn't helped. Supporters do not forget. Players do. Players won't really know that would happen, but they will get to hear that off of their family, especially the people who live in Liverpool and they play for Everton and their family support. They will say, did you know what he said about Everton, etc. So, yeah, it definitely spills over. It's just, it doesn't look nice. They had a great start, and I was personally thinking, you know what, he could be winning them over, because they started really well, but injuries have not helped their cause at all. And tonight, it could, if it's a big score, it could see the end of him. Let's speak to Dave. He's an Everton fan. He joins us now on 03717223344. Hello, Dave.
Evening, lads. You all right?
Evening, Dave. Are you nervous? Are you going tonight?
I'm on my way now in the car. I'm a nervous, not really, because it's a case of how much it's going to be against us, 3 or 4. You're not going to get any Everton fan coming on here saying they want us to get beat to see the back of Rafa Benitez. But equally, you're not going to get any Everton fan coming on here thinking that we're going to get anything out of this game tonight. I wasn't against Rafa when he first came in. I was all right with it because I thought the man's a bit of a winner. He knows what he's doing. I don't care what he's done before, so long as he won games with us. We started well. Injuries have killed us. Obviously, as Darren's just been saying, Mina, Decore, Calvert-Lewin, that's the spine of the team. But it's a results business, and we've got 6 or 7 games on the bounce without a win. It adds up. And do you know what? We've had Ancelotti and the likes. We've had all the sexy managers. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who we've got in charge of us with this bunch of spineless, gutless players that we've got. When our best players out the team, they're just not good enough. Whoever decides to allow a Merseyside derby to kick off on a Wednesday night at 8:15 and allow the fans to get a little bit merry before they get in,
I agree.
Obviously a little bit mischievous. Because obviously you're going to have the Liverpool fans singing Rafa's name when they're 2 or 3-0 up, and it really could get aggressive and quite hostile quite quickly tonight.
I agree.
And it's just going to be sit back, get your popcorn and just watch it go off, because I think if we do get beat tonight, I can't see how we survive.
Okay. Dave, just quick, I agree with everything you said apart from one sentence. You said no Everton fan will want you to lose tonight if it meant Rafa getting the bullet. You know that there's Everton fans out there that are going to phone me up in a moment. You know that. And they will say, if we lose against Liverpool and he's gone, I'll take that defeat. You know that, Dave.
No, because they're just lying horrible cop-outs if they come on and do that.
You don't think there's one Everton fan that would take defeat if it meant Rafa out?
Mischievous Reds in disguise, if that's the case. At the end of the day, listen, we've got 15 points. We are not safe from going down this season. We need to get the points on the board. We can worry about getting rid of him if that's what people want at a later stage. We need to get the points on the board as quickly as it can, because we've got a really bad run of games coming up and a lot of fans are nervous. Okay,
Dave, thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight. There you go, Dave, the Everton fan. If you're an Everton fan and you think that if you lose tonight it means Rafa going, would you take that? I think there's Everton fans out there. I think they despise him so much. Yeah, I can understand. I don't agree with that. I can understand it. If you despise a manager,
they soften the blow, but I don't think they'd want it to happen. I don't think they'd be supporting Liverpool.
1-0 defeat, last minute own goal, right? And it means Rafa goes. Everton fans will take that.
After the event, it will soften the blow if he goes. I don't think initially they'll be supporting Liverpool to win the game.
Let's ask Everton fans: a 1-0 defeat tonight means Rafa goes. Do you want to lose?